Hey guys, welcome back. It is your favorite Gimp of the Limp, and we're going to jump right back into some more Maladum, right where we had left off. Our adventurers have left the tavern, Grogmar out here, our archer's still up there, Druid's still on the porch as well, but he's getting ready to hop down. So we're going to jump right back in. Our zombies are starting to work their way in. I know they're called Lamenters, but to me, they're zombies. All right, let's draw ourselves a card. And we got alarmed is quiet. Your presence has sounded an alarm. Increase the dread by 1. Now that's not going to do a whole lot for me because I'm not using the dread tracker in this very first mission. So since it's not able to affect me that way, I am going to add another Lamenter to the board. So he is going to spawn in down over in the bottom right. Now I've got 2 on that side, 2 down there, and they're moving their way in. We'll get in here to the adventurers. Now, let's see. I want to start with my druid. He's going to have just 4 inches of movement because I am going to do something specific with him. So he's basically going to go down a couple inches and then jump down the rest of the way to get to the bottom of the stairs. And then I'm going to have him cast his spell to give himself a shield. Now, the shield spell is great in this game at level 1. At level 1, it's great because it does not have to be maintained. Any higher spell of that shield has to be maintained by spending the magic pegs. However, if you've just got a level 1, you don't have to spend extra pegs to maintain it. I do, however, have to yank a peg here because I am effectively casting a spell with my Druid Low Mage. And up there you can see his shield spell. Calls it the Malicite Shield, but basically he gets to have that. And now I don't have to spend any extra magic pegs to maintain it. But normally in a regular game, you would take this peg and add it to your dread tracker as you're going along. So if we had pegs down here, this would be added to it to increase the level of the enemies as they're going on. It was like that in core space, except it was when you fired. If you fired your weapon, that first round of shooting each turn would go onto your dread tracker and increase the enemies that were coming out. Basically, the firefights getting more intense, so more robots are pouring in. Similar thing here. Magic is obviously more important, but I think magic it's prevalent. It's more prevalent in the later games. It's less prevalent in the early games. So whereas core space, you're going to do a lot of shooting. I think you do less casting here. Well, at the beginning, when you're starting your campaign, you've only got a few magic pegs. There's not a whole lot of spells you can cast. So you don't cast as much as you do later on. So it gives it kind of a natural progression to where the later scenarios will be harder. I like that. Now we are also going to do a little movement. I don't even need to grab this out because he's just going a few inches over. Actually, I might do him last because I might be able to get a shot off with him. Grogmar is going to move just a few inches. I kind of want to cover my avenues of approach because I know zombies are going to come in from this direction, cross that little bridge, and then we're going to get some coming in from the south around here. So if Grogmar, he's got up to 9 inches of movement. That's 6. I could move him 4 and do something else, but there's really nothing else I can do with Grogmar right now. So we'll just move up to about here to give him just a little cover, right? Any enemies start to cross that bridge. And for Khan, I can never remember Khan's name. Khan, he's going to do something a little different. I'm doing this now so I can get myself in the habit of it. So we will just do the... I'm trying to be precise, and there we go. I'm not being precise about it. I was trying to roll it over. Put it here, roll it to give myself 4. Basically, he's coming right over here next to Grogmar. And he is going to take his shield and raise that. Let me turn it right side up so you guys can see it. But he can spend an action to raise his shield, and that allows him to re-roll an enemy attack against him. All right, so that it gives him kind of a little bit of defense. He doesn't automatically block a hit like the Druid will or Grogmar will. Grogmar's got armor, just flat out armor. The Druid has magical armor. So for him, I gave him a shield because these three are going to be more of my front lines. These two, especially, he's going to fill in the gaps where needed. But these two can do the heavier hits, so they're definitely going to take the front. The next bit of armor I get is definitely going to go to Khan. All right, so I pulled us back, give a little more of a cinematic look to it. Now, Sirio, he's up here. He's on the porch, and he has ranged ability. He has a bow, and he can fire. Oh, where's my marker? I had to find my acrylic range marker. I had set it down and forgot where I put it. These are acrylic. Core Space came originally with cardboard ones, and then I think there was an upgrade you could get acrylic, but Maladum just flat out came with acrylic ones. I don't know, it might have been a Kickstarter upgrade, but anyway, I love these things. There is another one for short range, as you can see, like that. So you can use whichever. So differences in this game is the short range is short range. This is considered long range, or medium, you should say, medium range. And then anything past this is long range, because some weapons can fire longer than your longest one. And oh no, is that peel? Nope, one of my kids spilled candy on my acrylic marker. Oh, I gotta clear it off. Anyway, you can fire out past this range. So some weapons will have a 1, 2, and 3 crosshair markers. So we see for Sirio here, Sirio's got his bow and he's got 1 and 2. So he can fire at short range and then that medium range, which is basically the ruler, anything past that. So if there was a third number, which some weapons do have, that would be able to be fired past that range marker. So you can reach out and touch someone. Core Space work the same way, but it depends on the weapon. I'm sure there's going to be some crossbows in here and the like that will be able to reach out that far. Sorry for the little bit of a glint, but since these things are dry erase, it does make it harder. Cool part about him is he does have Hawkeye, so he can fire into groups or engaged compatriots and not worry about hitting them. He also has the ability to fire without giving the enemy credit for having partial cover or blocking. Any of that type of terrain. Basically, he can bullseye him. I went full sniper mode with Sirio, so he can pick off enemies that are next to his friendlies and pick off enemies trying to hide behind cover. So he is going to be awarded the first best ranged weapon that I find. Now, I put very specifically, you guys can't really see it, but there's one of the little fire braziers right here, and I put that there so he could dip his arrows into that and get fire if he wanted to, in case we start to get overrun, because I've got an idea of blowing some stuff up later using those fire arrows if he needs to. But for now, he can just move up to there. It's the one thing about the construction of this little porch, there's a little shimmy to it that I don't like. It's way that it connects there, but it's not a big deal. So we'll move him just to the edge and see if he has range. All right, so we pulled back a little bit and I'm just out of it. I was not able to get him close enough. There's a zombie there and he is getting close to some friendlies, so he might be able to get him. There's another one coming behind him and then a couple more coming to the south. We're getting ready to get overrun. All right, but that will take us into our adversary phase, so let's start moving him up. And he is just going to be just a bit shy. I was wondering if he was going to be able to get there, but he is not. He's a little breath hairs away, so he could get to the edge of this. So he's right on the cusp of coming around for her. And put him to there, give him another inch. So he go about there. So he's moving up, and we'll move down our other two as well. Oh, we got one that's getting ready to attack someone, actually. Forgive the top-down view, but I'm having to film down because this is the lower right half where the other zombies are coming in on this side of the river. And this one is absolutely within range. They've got a 4-inch move. 3-inch move will get him into range, so he's going to hit. And we'll get another 4 inches to him. So he's going to go to about there. All right, and let's roll our attack here and see if we're going to have an extra zombie. All right, so my civvies don't have any armor. When you're going to roll attack dice in this game, you're going to always roll the blue, and then any extras are going to be red. Blue is the only one that has the crit, which is the 2 hits on it. All the rest of it's either going to have skulls, hits, or blanks on it. Like I said, the red is the worst of the 2. I think it's got a couple blanks, 3 hits, and a skull. The blue has the crit, 3 hits, and a skull, and just 1 blank. So one of the blanks is switched out for a critical on the blue, so it's, statistically better. With our Lamenters here, all they're going to have to do is simply hit the target to be able to cause any damage. Any damage at all will cause the kill, because these are all just considered civilians with the exceptions of my characters. And rolling, and it's a miss. Came up skull, and it came up miss, so that is not a hit. They actually got lucky on that. She's going to be able to run one more turn, but he will definitely be chasing her down if she doesn't run at least 5 inches away. All right, so I went ahead and rolled very quickly for the zombies that were coming on the board, and actually came up with none. It would have been some had I been later into this scenario, but right now the hand icons are not causing any grave markers to be activated. Not just yet. That'll take a place later. So no zombies spawning in. Now I'm going to use the randomizer die, move all the civilians. We'll start another turn. And all right, let's go ahead and jump ourselves into another turn. I got all the civilians moved around, and the one there at the bottom was lucky enough to avoid the zombie. They actually moved by 5 inches, so they are going to survive for at least another turn. Let's go ahead and draw ourselves another card, and we've got, what is this? Spurred On, reduce the dread by 1. They're galvanized by a sudden spurt of energy. Starting with first player, all adventurers may either remove a status counter of their choice or take 1 action. That's good. That is good. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to take extra actions though. Well, I'll tell you, I don't think it's going to affect me much this turn. It would have helped to have drawn that card later, but we'll see if we can do anything with it. Something I was going to show you is that I did. Like I said, they've got these reference cards for all of them, so I got these off to the side. God, I love these reference cards. They are so great. But for my archer, I do have the bullseye skill, so he can make a short-ranged attack. Do not roll, just scores 1 hit, ignoring cover. I would have to spend a skill peg for that, but I got as passive ranged expert, which means ranged attack is an effort. Ranged attack is an effortless action. That's passive, and that's at medium range. That is awesome. It's a little bit weaker there at the level 1, but he's got level 2 of bullseye, ranged expert, not bullseye rather. But he also has the Hawkeye, ignore cover, may fire at engaged characters without randomizing the target. He is such a good archer, and now he's got some range. All right, I'm definitely going to be activating his shield every turn, so I'm going to leave that on him. I definitely want the ability to reroll. I'm going to move him down. I could move him 8 inches since I have an extra set of movement, but I don't know that I don't want to get them too far apart. Yeah, we'll bring him over to here. That way I can do something with him if I want. Unfortunately, he does not have any ranged items. He has 1 healing item, and he does have his staff that he could use for a 2-die attack at range 1 instead of having to be engaged with a 3-die attack. So that's not too bad. Grogmar has his axe and the ability to make three. He can do a three-handed attack, heavy attack with his axe, or do a three-handed attack just regular because he's a beast. That zombie I'm getting ready to take care of. So I'm going to move him over towards the bridge for now to engage those guys. Try to get them one at a time as they're coming off. Put him there, make her have to move. And we've got at least 8 inches of movement, so we'll bring our guy down over here. Now I'm going to put him close to Grogmar because he does have some healing spells, and I can use those to heal Grogmar. Use Grogmar as kind of like a meat shield and have him reinforcing. Now, that takes care of the 3 of them. Let's do our attack. So we do have range. I'd already measured there. He moved up, so now I've got range. He would have partial cover from Sirio over here because he's halfway behind that set of barrels. But he's got the Hawkeye, he's got all the skills, he's got the passes. And because of that, and because of the extra shot he gets this round because of that Dread card, he could technically take 4 shots. He would have 1 as an effortless and then 3 actions normally he could take. I wish there was just a line of zombies here I could just peg, but they're not close enough yet. And I think that other one is definitely out of range. Yeah, he's definitely out of range. And I don't have long range or super long range attacks, only medium. We're just going to fire until he dies. And that's 1 hit, so he's done. I don't have to continue shooting. So this zombie will go here, and I am going to place him dead there. That way I can remember for my scenario how many zombies I have killed to build the necro energy I need to cast the spell to save the town. Remember, the goal of our heroes out here is to protect the sorcerer who's hiding there, building up the necrotic energy from killing all those zombies coming up so he can cast his big shield spell and guard the town and blast all those zombies out of it. You know, I like him being up there, but I don't see any... Okay, if I count that first shot as my effortless, now that I'm thinking about it, that gives me 3 other actions. So I could move forward some and take another shot at that one way over there. All right, let's see. 2 inches down, 2 inches out. So he goes down the stairs, jumps off to about there. And I can have him run up later. Oh, yeah, definitely in range now. Perfect. Yes, we will do that. All right, let's just roll real quick to see what he gets. Oh, yeah, he got him. He got him. 2 hits, 2 kills. You're dead. Knocking over our fence with our dice roll because we didn't bother to grab out anything. Any dice towers, but that's fine. Leaves him 1 action, and I want to get him back up top. So we'll put him back up there. All right, perfect. We've taken out a couple of zombies. We're starting to build the energy, and we have slowed down their advance. Now we move into the dread phase. Or not the dread phase, the adversary phase. And since I already know she moved away 5, we'll get close but no cigar. And that river is preventing him from going there, so he will just go towards the closest. And again. And continue moving up probably towards that one. There's going to be 4 down here soon because I don't know that she's going to move away again. Oh, that roll went bad for us. Last turn was better. This one was worse. We got 2 lamenters coming in here, 2 more zombies, and 1 more down at the bottom. So we got 3. I am doing this a little bit different than a traditional scenario. I'm rolling for 2 spots. Since no stronger or harder enemies can come in and I'm just having zombies, I am rolling twice on that spawn die rather than once for these zombies to come in. So rolled a crit effectively. Got 2 more coming in after we just cleared those out. And now there's 3 at the bottom. So we've got 5 on the board and a whole bunch of civilians now close to him who could turn into zombies. All right, so I finished rolling off for all the civilians. That's going to end our next turn, our couple of turns for this video. And for some damn reason, the civilians keep clustering around my damn heroes. We've got 2 of them there. Khan's down over here. We got civilian. And, oh, I forgot to roll for her. Let's roll, see where she goes. She moved 1 inch straight up. So she's still in the way. My worry effectively is that the zombies are going to start moving over, and then once they convert one, it's just going to be a cascade, and then suddenly, bam, 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 I'm going to have a swarm all around all of my characters, and that will not be good. And literally, I've got civilians all over the map, and they all moved up or in this direction. The only one that moved away, I think, was that one. No, that one moved away. That one moved a little bit closer. The rest of them all kind of clustering towards my heroes. But we're doing pretty good. We're holding back the zombie horde. We're able to pick him off with Sirio. I think he's really going to be my key character in this scenario, keeping them back. And then I've got 3 pretty good hard hitters right here for any that push their way in. Now, yes, of course, this is my homebrew scenario just to have fun with, but I will be doing a proper dungeon diving with this team after they have finished off rescuing the town so they can start gaining some real experience and hopefully some better gear. But you guys stay tuned, probably a couple more videos in this series to finish her off, and we'll see how they do, and then we'll start diving in some dungeons. All right, that's going to be it for me. You guys take care. I'll catch you in the next one.